there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelby and today I'm doing my July book haul. It's a few days late because I was waiting on one of my pre-orders to come. It came a little bit late, so better late than never. I have about 20-ish books to talk about. I only got 2 brand new books, the rest are all used. I will link as many as I can down below. Let me know if you also picked these up, and let's get right into it. So I'll start with the first 2 pre-orders. I've read one of them already, so you've probably heard about it already on my channel, and that is Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. I will not even go into the synopsis of this because it's been highly talked about and heavily talked about already on BookTube. So yes, I pre-ordered this one. And then the pre-order that took forever to get here is from Book Depository, so that's why it did not come on the publishing day, which is July 25th. And that is Someone We Know by Sherry LaPena, and I really love her books. And this is one I was really excited for. It's a domestic thriller. And I wanted this cover because I have an Unwanted Guest that is in the UK edition. So I really wanted this cover and I'm really happy I waited for it. My husband and I last month paid a visit to Half Price Books, which is our favorite used bookstore. We sold some books back and we got some things, so I did a little bit of damage. I try not to buy books I've already read, but I really cannot help myself sometimes, especially when it's an author I love. So the first one is The Secret Mother by Shalini Boland. This was the first book I've read by this author, and I've since read several of her books. Really loved it, and it's just a small little book, so I'm really happy to have it on my shelves. The next book I have, I don't know much about, but I have read this author before, and it is Our Little Secret by Darren O'Sullivan, and it got pretty well rated on Goodreads. It is a thriller, so I'm excited to get this one as well. The next one I have is Reconstructing Amelia by Kimberly McCreight. I have read one other book by her, her second novel, and so I'm really excited to read this one. I know it's about a mother, I believe, trying to put together what happened to her daughter that was murdered, and this one sounds right up my alley, so I'm hoping to get to it this month. The next 2 are books in a series that I want to start, and that is the Postmortem series. I don't really know what that one is called. I think Cat Scapetta or something. And I have the first book, Postmortem, but I needed other books in the series, and I thought these ones were lower down in the series, but they turn out to be like books 5 or 6 or 6 and 7. And that is from Potter's Field and Unnatural Exposure. And I love these covers. These are those special edition covers, so it won't be a while till I read these, but I'm really happy I have them. The next book I have, I know gets a lot of mixed reviews, but I'm really excited to read it, and that is The Girls by Emma Cline. And this one is a historical fiction kind of mystery story, and I know it is kind of like a cult, and that really interests me, so can't wait to get to this one. The next is also a book I've already read, but I really liked it, and this was in really good condition, and that is Our House by Louise Candlish. I really liked this domestic thriller, and I didn't love her latest novel, but I really liked this one, and I'm really happy to have it. The next one I have is Tear Me Apart by J.T. Ellison, and this is about a woman who discovers that her parents aren't her parents, and she uncovers a lot of family lies. Never read anything by this author, but it's really a highly rated author, so I'm so excited to read it. Surprise, surprise, the next one is also an author I haven't read, and this one is More Than Words by Jill Santopolo. I do have her other book that came out a couple years ago, and this one is her latest, and this one gets a lot more mixed reviews, but I know it's some type of contemporary romance, a little more serious, I think. So I am going to go into it a little bit hesitantly, but I really hope I love it because this cover is gorgeous. And the next one I actually just finished today, and that is Don't You Cry by Mary Kubica. And this one is a thriller about 2 different people in 2 different places. So there's Alex, who's an 18-year-old boy who becomes enamored with a woman who keeps coming into his cafe. And the other storyline is a woman named Quinn who discovers her roommate is missing, and she uncovers that her roommate is not who she thought she was, and you're kind of trying to figure out what the connection is with the 2 storylines. And this one I enjoyed, and I'm really happy I finally got to a book by this author. And then I got a whole stack of books from Susan Mallory, just her mass market paperbacks. I got a few from a series, and then I got a couple, like one from a random series, and then one that was a standalone. So the first one I have is Best of My Love, and I think this is like book number 20 in the Fool's Gold series, so I don't know what it's about, but I really want to try her books. The next 4 are all from her Happily Inc., and there's 4 I think in the series so far. There is You Say It First, Why Not Tonight, Second Chance Girl, and Not Quite Over You. And I need to figure out the order. I know that the first one is You Say It First, but the other ones I have no idea. And then the last one I picked up by her is Secrets of the Tulip Sisters. I've been wanting to read this for a while, and I really like the mass market cover with all the tulips on it. So I know this is a women's fiction type of story. I think it might be about sisters, so sounds really good. And then I had a couple other places I went this month. I went to Goodwill once and then a library book sale, so I did pick up a couple books there. So at the library book sale, I picked up 2 books. The first is The Night Sister by Jennifer McMahon. I've read The Winter People and The Invited by this author, and I really enjoyed them. This one doesn't get as high ratings, but it was only like 50 cents or $1, so I want to give it a try. The next book is by Chevy Stevens, and that is Always Watching, and this one also gets pretty high rated on Goodreads, and I have several of her other books, and I've only read Never Let You Go. I really liked it, so I'm hoping I love this one as well. And then at Goodwill, I actually purchased 5 books. I'm not sure how much I'm going to love all of them, but they were really cheap, so I want to give them a try. The first is a Christmas book. I'm trying to stock up on them, so I'm all set for Christmas. This one is Dashing Through the Snow by Debbie McComber, and I think this one got turned into a Hallmark movie. I think some of hers do. I read Merry and Bright last Christmas, and I thought it was okay, and that one was by Debbie McComber. And I'm hoping I like this one. I've seen the cover before. I think it has only been out a few years, and so if I don't enjoy it, I'll pass it along, but I'm hoping I love it. The next one is a YA thriller. Actually, the next 2 are YA thrillers, which you know isn't my cup of tea usually, but I've seen these ones before, and I'm just hoping I like them. The first is One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus, and this is the first in a series, so I'm not really excited about that. I was hoping it was a standalone. And this is the cover here. It is a really intriguing cover. I know it's about students. That's about it. So if I don't like it, I'll just pass it along. The next I was really excited for, but now not so much because I read another book by this author and I didn't love it. And the author is Natasha Preston, and she used to write on Wattpad, so that's kind of cool. And this book is called The Cabin, and they are just YA thrillers. And the last one I read by her was The Lost, and it was okay, so I assume it's going to be kind of like a slasher movie. That's how the other one was. And then the next one I'm really excited for because I've been looking for a copy of this book, but I never really find a good conditioned one, and that is Sworn to Silence by Linda Castillo. This one's a little bit older. It's the first book in a series, so I'm really excited to start this one. And then the very last book that I have is Daddy's Gone A-Hunting by Mary Higgins Clark. I actually used to have a copy of this book, and I got rid of it, and that was years and years ago. I just didn't think that I wanted to read it, and I've kind of changed my mind. I don't know, I might want to read it, so I picked it back up. I feel kind of silly because I already had a brand new copy from years ago, but whatever. I have another copy now, and hopefully I enjoy it. So those are all the books that I purchased in July. I would love to hear if you've read any of these books, just so I know what to read next. I will link them all down below, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye.